All right. Hey, we are recording. We are here Friday the 13th coming up. It's 10:45 right now on Thursday. Nothing like putting this together last minute, but that's how we roll with HTH. So welcome everyone to Friday the 13th or whenever you're watching this. Welcome to the HTH official kickoff. Obviously, we're doing things a little bit different this year. We're not at Brewdog. Sad face. Sorry, Brewdog. We really would rather be there with you. And we'd rather be there with all of you as well, to be with you guys, to do hands-on villages and learning and all that good stuff that comes with it. We're definitely sad that we can't do that. And we hope that next year we can definitely pull that together. For those of you that don't know me, I'm John Harper. I'm the founder of HTH, back when it was even 614 count. But with me today are all the directors. This is the brain power behind HTH. A lot of that comes from these amazing people with me. And I wanted to make sure that all of you got to see who that is. We have a ton of amazing staff. I'm actually going to put that thank you up here at the top because I think that makes more sense. But just thank you so much for all the staff too. We have a lot of people that help out doing tons of different things. It really does take a lot of work. It takes a village to put this stuff together. So I thought it'd be kind of fun for all of you to kind of get to know the directors a little bit better. So I haven't actually told the directors what I'm going to ask them, but I thought we'd do this as a fun little interview kind of thing. So each of them has brought a lot to HTH, and I would like to kind of enumerate a little bit more of those aspects that they bring to the table for all of you. So I'm going to start, TJ. I'm going to start with you.
Oh, no.
So you've been a huge part of doing the mentorship as we did last year, and you jumped right in, started volunteering early on. And this year you even volunteered to do the lead coordination for the conference while I was kind of taking on a lot of additional work and things like that. And hopefully you'll continue to want to do that. So as you've taken that on for the conference, I was curious, tell me a little bit about some of the things that you learned about running a conference, because you really have been doing a lot of that this year. And what are the things that have surprised you about doing that?
Wow, that's a good question. There's a lot to unpack there. So first off, I'd never really done anything like this before. Never really, led an effort like this or helped lead. It's there's a lot of things that you don't really see that even as I guess individual contributor to get corporate there, I guess, that you don't really see until you interact more with the staff. So I think it was kind of interesting for me to see the passion behind a lot of the staff, and nobody's getting paid for this, right? Like, we're just doing it because we love the community, we love teaching, we love learning and sharing knowledge. And it was really cool, I think, to see that. And just it's, you go to a conference and you just kind of like you kind of get to the motion of, okay, yeah, we're going to go to talks, we're going to go villages, we're going to do the CTF and things like that. But the amount of work that goes on behind that and planning is so much more than I ever thought. But it seriously is one of the greatest experiences I've had. My I guess career, time and security, or any other thing. It's been a blast. And this year has been crazy too, obviously, with everything going on. But I just can't wait for everybody to see what we've got planned, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, all right, Matt, I'm gonna go over to you now. It's almost your bedtime. Sorry, we're like that.
It's past my bedtime.
So really, I just kind of want everybody to know that you're the genius behind the artwork that is HTH, right? You came up with the logo and all, I mean, anything. I mean, anything that's artwork related, whether it's on the T-shirt or our website, all that good stuff. You've really inspired and made that happen. My question to you is, tell me a little bit more about the logo, and like, how did you come up with that? What does that mean?
Oh, so the HTH logo with I wish I had one kind of in front of me. But the HTH logo was kind of made up by, it's made up from multiple, pretty much square shapes, probably, like 20 or so of them. Each one of them kind of represents a learner or a teacher. The blue ones kind of represent teachers. The white ones kind of represent learners. And the blue ones are kind of all over because learners or teachers can be found anywhere, but it can also change. So those blues can move to what used to be whites. So it kind of can grow and morph and change because we've all got something to learn and we've all got something to teach. So that was kind of the idea behind that logo.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think if I remember correctly, we had a conversation about when we were going to do the logo, we thought about even making it kind of random as we were going through. I think the only reason why we maybe didn't do as much of it as we did, if we did any of it, was just because of cost, like redoing the logo and printing. But yeah, we love that idea. And I thought, you know what, I bet a lot of people don't even know why we came up with that logo and what it really meant. So I thought that would be cool for you to share. So yeah, thank you. That's awesome. All right, Zach Nagach, Synac Zach.
That's it.
So Zach, you're the brains behind a lot of stuff, but like the badge has been pretty iconic, right? So last year, I think every year you've stepped up, and I don't know how you do it. You blow it out of the water every year, and I keep thinking this is it. This is going to be the badge, and we're not going to. But then last year you blew us all out of the water with this LoRa badge that was just absolutely mind blowing. Tell me a little bit about your how you've been doing the badge design and maybe your involvement in badge life and what that's kind of been like for you.
Sure. Yeah. And so, I mean, really last year was, I guess, two years ago, we really kind of started doing the electronic badge in a serious fashion. And, badge life itself, this kind of whole ecosystem of, PCBs people are making in the security industry and kind of sharing it in conferences and stuff. There's a lot of interesting features around that kind of drew me into it. So I didn't know anything about the process of designing a badge. The artwork, is one piece, and Matt, back to Matt for actually, bringing that kind of thing to the table. That's a whole aspect of it that takes a lot of effort. And so once you have your art though, and you kind of bring that to the table, the next part is, building a PCB and how you go about doing that. And, leveraging this community that we have, there's teachers all around us. And so hardware hackers, content online in the community locally, DEF CON, all these big conferences. There's a lot of ways you can learn and absorb this information and kind of tackle a whole new kind of a hobby, really. And that's pretty much what I did. And I just kind of dove in and started absorbing everything and going through the process of, getting this PCB designed. And usually, I would reference other designs to kind of get a scaffolding to jump off of. But taking the whole process through of design, prototyping, working with vendors overseas to get these things assembled and, leveling up my soldering skills. Things get really small on these boards. So, that takes a whole nother feat of talent to kind of bring those together. So, it's really just tapping into the community and using those resources. And then just enough passion and interest to kind of bring it to completion is the goal. So unfortunately this year, right, all the COVID stuff and shipping and electronics and PCBs, there's some impact on that and kind of made it difficult for that to happen this year. But going forward, definitely something we want to keep leveling up and bring into all of our good attendees.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool. I was kind of laughing there in the middle because I was having these like horrific flashbacks back to like the people last year had no idea that the conference almost didn't happen because like everything arrived, the badges, the lanyards, like the t-shirts, everything arrived like the day before the conference. We were all in a panic, like, is this going to actually even happen?
A little bit of stress.
Yeah, especially when things are coming in from China, well, that was in before, but yeah, just a little. So yeah, so that definitely speaks to some of the hard work and stress that goes into it. But yeah, done a great job, and yeah, thanks for doing a great job on that. Evan, All right, I'm going to jump to you. All right, so you've been part of HTH since it was 614Con. I mean, you've been the longest lasting director, I guess, on the group. So, as you've been part of it since 614Con and has evolved to HTH, and the staff has grown, and we've been able to do more things as more companies have been willing to, support that, and the community's really wrapped around it. Tell me some of the favorite highlights of being a part of that, and why you've stayed on, staff for as long as you have, knowing how much work it is, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's been a fun ride, since the beginning. I remember, meeting you, John, at Nationwide, working together there, and you talking about this conference that you've been working on with another person that you used to work with, and showing up that first year to this, this brewery near the airport, this very raw conference. And, having been to other conferences, it was kind of cool to see and it just had a different feel to it. It was very raw. It was very focused on kind of the technical aspect of it. It wasn't really intended to be corporate. It wasn't intended to necessarily be carried by sponsors and all of that. So, it really intrigued me at first to kind of have this kind of raw community drawn conference, in a cool location as well. And kind of over the years as it's evolved, while it's become a little bit more involved, while it's, we've started to bring on sponsors and add additional things to it. It seems like the same type of feel kind of sticks with it throughout, which I think really makes it unique from other conferences that I've been to, just because, it's, I know some people that are attending, this year or last year, really only saw kind of the brew dog, kind of very much more well polished view of it. But, it's not a conference like that you can just build overnight. It really takes kind of the years leading up to it to kind of figure out the bumps to get to where it is today. So, obviously this year is going to be very different than kind of the track that we were on from last year. But, that just, should put us in line for next year being even better.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. So I think you all kind of highlighted some of the areas that I feel like kind of boils it all up together. And I'm going to make this kind of an open mic kind of thing, but obviously we have our theme, basically that we're all hackers, we're all learning, but we have something to share as well. So, as people are coming into the conference, and maybe this is the first year, maybe they've been going for a while, what recommendations would you have for the people? And I'm just kind of throwing this out to anyone. What recommendations would you have for people that have been doing this for a long time to start sharing things? And what recommendations would you have for people that are, just now getting into it, and how to get plugged into the community?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely encourage those that are attending, that are new to the field, or, have never, or maybe have been in security for a while, but haven't actually, done, pen testing or more technical hands-on things, to really try to embrace this. I know sometimes going into CTFs and challenges can be intimidating. You don't want to do it because you're kind of worried, that you can't keep up, or you'll be embarrassed because you can't keep up. But that's really not the intention of this. And that's not why we made this what it is. When you look at the challenges that we have, there's things that are extremely basic and they really ramp their way up. So, definitely want everybody to take a chance at it, do it, see what you can figure out. And that's why we have the Discord, set up so that people can communicate, so people can, try to learn from one another.
I think that's a good point. And to kind of add on to that, I know personally, it's intimidating to go to a conference and you see a bunch of people talking. You're like, you kind of, I don't know, do I go and stand there and just kind of laugh with them, or it's kind of it's intimidating, right? So but then on the other hand, this year it's challenging because it's all virtual, right? So I think there's a really good opportunity there, though, to kind of step outside of your comfort zone, because you're not, nobody's going to see, and probably in most cases, nobody's going to see your face. You don't have to worry. Even if you have to cringe when you're talking to somebody, if it's uncomfortable for you, just do it and step out of your comfort zone. Now's the year to do it. It's much easier, if you're an introvert, to, talk and meet people, using a keyboard rather than your voice in a lot of cases. So, take advantage of that. And, if you're, like Evan, you had mentioned maybe being embarrassed about, joining the CTF, and I'm that's me. Like that's how I started out, like doing CTS. But it doesn't need to be tied to your name. Like nobody's going to see you on the leaderboard. Give it a shot and see. And if you don't get flags, ask for help, or that's what we're all here for. We're here to learn and teach, and nobody's going to fault you for not getting every single flag, or and I know it's so cliche that saying like there's no dumb questions, but when it comes to this stuff, if you're trying to legitimately better yourself and your skills, that nobody's going to fault you for that, or make fun of you for it. And if they do, you tell me, I'll handle them. Unless they're really big, I don't know, but so yeah.
Any other input?
No, I think they hit it. We're pretty good. I mean, just don't let the CTF intimidate you. It's meant to teach and learn from it. So dive in, take the most of this opportunity, and learn something new.
And also, again, just huge thanks to the staff for helping out and making some really awesome challenges for the CTF. Like I know I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Like I'm really excited for everybody to dive in and see some of these challenges that everybody's been working so hard on. So again, thank you to the staff, and just for everybody attending. I'm like, if I could run up the wall and do a backflip off of it out of excitement, I would probably break something. But
We'll just try it.
You want me to? All right,
Yeah,
hold on one second.
Go for it.
Somebody get 911. But no, I think it's going to be really cool. I'm so excited for everybody to see it. It's going to be great. You'll love it.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Definitely appreciate that input. I think that's valuable. You guys have been doing this for a while now, and I know there's a lot of people that are trying to get into the field too. So, I would definitely reiterate the same thing. We have built these CTF challenges to help build skills and make them, so you can learn those skills to CTF, but also while you're having fun and learning, you're gaining those Linux skills, tool sets for hacking, things like that. So I think those are useful things. So take your time, work through it. If you have questions, ask people, get involved on the Discord, things like that. Definitely good. So that is something new that we did spin up this year. We do have that Discord channel now. So we want to make sure that while we are all locked in our homes and trying to stay 6 feet away with our masks on, that the community can still stay connected. And the community's definitely grown this year since our reach now is virtual. Definitely saw a lot of people registering on the CTF all around the world, which is really cool to see. So hopefully that'll continue to grow. Now, as far as the agenda for the event, we are going to have the CTF start obviously at 10 a.m. So Friday the 13th, and that's going to run all the way through until Sunday at 10 in the morning again. So, it's open all night long for anybody that wants to play. We will have some games. So we're kind of excited about this. So we want to be able to do things like play Among Us with you. We've got some ideas for Jackbox games, things like that. But we're going to put a schedule up on our website. So go ahead and check that out. I think we're planning on shooting for some time around like after 6 o'clock on Friday. That way you can kind of be done with work, something like that. But yeah, check the schedule on our website for more information. And if you haven't gotten on the Discord channel, make sure you get on there, because there may be things out there that are part of the games. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe already out there. Again, thanks everybody for participating and being a part of the HTH community. We really appreciate having you be a part of that, and it means a lot to us. That makes it all worthwhile. So awesome. Well, enjoy the CTF, and we hope to talk to you soon. Later.